If my feet are too high and he can grab underneath my legs, he can start stacking me. Okay guys, so we're here, we're gonna be working on guard retention, okay? So we have our opponent standing up in front of us. So obviously when we're playing guard, we can either be in situations where we're seated up like this, or situations where we're supine and we're on our back like this, okay? We're gonna be focusing mostly on this situation, okay? When we're seated up, this is where I'm in a more position where I can start offensively looking for grips on my partner and getting into the positions I wanna attack, okay? If I'm on my back here, I'm gonna have to worry first about defense, and then I can start looking to get into my positions, okay? So the first thing we need to concern ourselves with when we're on our back is keeping our body in the right position, okay? If I start with my body like this, okay, I'm already at a massive disadvantage, because one of the main things we need to focus on when we're on our back is keeping our elbow and our knees connected, okay? Like this, all right? Now, this space in between my elbow and my knee is much smaller, so it's harder for my opponent to close this distance and potentially come into side control or progress into mount, knee on belly, positions like this, which we want to try and avoid, okay? So I'm keeping my knees to my chest, all right? The next thing I'm going to focus on is the position of my feet, all right? This is a really big and common mistake that people make, where they have their feet either too high or too low, okay? Most of the time it's too low. If I have my feet pointed at the floor here, it's really easy for Nathan to just come and make grips on me, and now I'm going to be in a position where I'm fighting against his arms trying to circle my feet back inside, okay? Which I want to avoid this as possible, okay? So I'm always going to be pointing my feet at my opponent's chest, okay? Like this. Right now my feet are pointing towards my opponent's chest. He's standing quite tall now, so my feet are quite high. If he was on his knees, for example, I'm going to keep my feet much lower, okay? Because the reason I do this is because Nathan's chest is in between his shoulders, okay? If he wants to make grips on me, it's going to be around the level of his chest, okay? So what I want is to force him to make grips on the outside of my legs, because if you grab the outside of my legs, my feet are already in the inside position, and I've got my frames in, okay? If my feet are too high and he can grab underneath my legs, he can start stacking me. Or if like I said before, my feet are too low and he can grab on the top of my legs, he can start pinning my heels to my butt and I get into bad positions here, okay? So those are the first two things I want to focus on, keeping my knees to my chest so that I don't open up big spaces for my opponents to pass, and then also having my feet pointed towards my opponent here.